How do? Been a while, Stephen. How we doing? Yeah, come on then, lad. Crack on. So lots of people sent me a video about a guy being outed. Ex-Strangeways prison officer, beast hunters, paedophile hunters. Him being confronted. His partner, Mrs. was there. She basically kicked him out of the house on spot. So my thoughts on these people, not the ones getting caught, my thoughts are quite obvious on that. And have I ever worked with anyone who has been outed? Yeah, a couple of people. So that's what I'm going to talk about. Firstly, you know, not a lot of content last 2 months. It's been about my family, and it's always going to be. All those people who ask about my daughter in the comments constantly, you know, wishing her well and that, absolutely appreciate it. Absolutely appreciate it. There's a lot of new subscribers. My daughter was diagnosed just over a year ago with anorexia. Missed a lot of school. At 16 just, she's got herself in college, applied for college, started college, been in college 2 weeks. I'm incredibly proud of her. We didn't expect it this year, but yeah, she's got on with it. It is going to be tough. There are lots of issues and problems. However, she's just cracking on with it, so jobs are good. And so, channel, yeah, there are people that I'm going to be getting out interviewing. Some of you people that live a long way away, you know, let's chat on Zoom. Yeah, we'll get it recorded, upload it to the channel. There's some interesting people I'm never going to get to meet, or certainly not for a long time. You know, people live in Scotland, down south, and then there's people abroad as well. So this guy, pinned comment today, Stephen, come on, pinned comment today, I'll put a link to the video. These groups are out there now. A lad I know, I'm gonna have a chat with him. He's got on board with one of these groups. I don't know how they operate. They obviously put time and effort in, and they go out there trying to out people, whether they sit in chat rooms, not literally. Again, I don't know how it operates, but you know, if people who are in these chat rooms grooming kids and that are feeling unsafe, then I'm all for that. You know, with this channel, guys, pretty much everyone I've ever interviewed, people I'm going to be interviewing, a lot of my friends, there's a lot of childhood trauma. They've been abused. You can't get away from it. Sadly, some people that I speak to, you know, 60 years old, similar age to me, live with it all their lives, never discussed it, never sought treatment, never told anyone. Truly awful. Truly awful. So for me, criminal justice, mental health, people with real life stories, which is what you guys want, you can't get away from it. You know, so it's about trying to help people in any way we can. So pinned comment, link to the video. Did I work with anyone who was outed? First one. There was a lad I worked with, he was strange. I didn't dislike him. Something not right though. He did at one point work with VPs, vulnerable prisoners. Yeah, nonces. That's what a lot of people call them. Acronym nonce. If it applies to prison, not on normal court exercise, means wouldn't be exercising with other people. Somebody in one of the comments the other day said that the sex offenders used to walk, I don't know, clockwise, and the rest of the prison population anti-clockwise. I don't know quite which way it was. Something like that. Scotland Yard, not of normal criminal element. Yeah, so whichever acronym you prefer, whichever way you're wondering it goes, they're not nice people. They're not the sort of people you want as neighbours, and I certainly won't want any close to me in any way whatsoever. So this lad is weird and strange. My nan and mum used to say, funny, when we're talking about funny peculiar, that's what he was. And then this funny ha-ha. Funny ha-ha he wasn't. First they knew, he got arrested at work. Apparently he'd got images and the like on his laptop. He was taken away. He escaped prison. He got a suspended sentence. He, and you will have heard this before, he claimed, having worked with these people, it had affected him. So he was doing research in order to help himself. Yeah, hence all the images and videos. Definitely not right, strange. Lots of people had stories about him. He was out of the job, no prison. And then the other one. When I say I worked with people, you know, we were in the building at Strangeways. I talk about working with people, some great people. Overtime shift might be on their unit. Overtime shift, they might be on my unit. That's what I mean. So this guy, didn't know him that well. However, I will say, looking at him, he didn't look right. So, the facts, there or thereabouts. He has a family, a young lass, 15, not related to the family, not a family friend of his kids or any of the family, stops at his house and he sleeps with her. They're the facts, there or thereabouts. And he got outed. So I'm at work on the healthcare. That is the hospital wing of the prison I worked, Strangeways, also known as HMP Manchester. Now he wasn't there, he was suspended. You see, these people, police and the like, they get suspended on full pay pending investigation. Once they go to court, get found guilty, boom, they're done. So this conversation, there is 3 officers who were working overtime on my unit. Not literally my unit, but on my unit. And this guy come up and these 3 were defending him. Yeah? So the conversation, it was early morning, we just had a handover. There's probably 10 people in the office, 3 of these officers who didn't normally work on there. The conversation went something like, she's a whore, she's had sex with lots of people, she's a dirty scumbag, she's been sleeping around for years, yeah? This is a 15-year-old. So maybe this 15-year-old was promiscuous. Maybe this 15-year-old had been abused as a kid. And quite often, children who have been abused, you know, end up quite promiscuous, having sex, full sex with other people, or whatever at a young age. However, that's all I heard, and it was continuous. It was all about her. It was damning what she was. Yeah? Not one of them mentioned this guy. So me, Eccles up, yeah? So I challenged him. How old was she? Well, she was 15. There you go. Did he know she was 15? Yes, he did. He's a nonce. Boom. It's going. Heated. Instantly heated as well. I'd lost it by this point. You know, 3 staff defending I said colleague, he weren't a colleague of mine, who was found guilty and got prison for sleeping with a 15-year-old he had under his roof. Heated very quickly. My manager, bless her, intervened. Mr. Samworth, have you got work to do? The heated discussion continued. Mr. Samworth, have you got work to do? She excused me from that conversation, and I'm grateful she did, because it could have possibly come to blows, quite definitely. There were 2 male staff, 1 female staff. Obviously it wouldn't have come to blows with a female member of staff. However, I took offence. I personally took offence. She excused me from the conversation and I left. Wound me up all day, that did. The fact that, you know, these 3 staff were defending this guy who slept with a 15-year-old. Like I say, he did time, he got sacked, he was gone. A few months later, one of these members of staff approached me. I knew what they were going to say. I didn't dislike this member of staff. I did quite get on with them. They were a decent officer. Are we okay? I said, me and you? Yeah, no problem. we both knew what we were talking about, and it wasn't mentioned ever again. These people are everywhere. I'm sorry, you know, if people get upset by it, but like I say, most of the people I've met, people who haven't been on the channel I talk to, who are struggling in life, have all suffered abuse. Whether it be Borstals, detention centres, prison, psychiatric units, home, foster care, care homes, it's everywhere. Yeah? So people tell me, people who watch the channel, that it does help. It helps seeing other people talk about it, you know, and we can only do our bit. So a bit heavy, that one. Like I say, I'm going to get back to vlogging. It's a lot cooler now for Stephen. I'm going to do some Zooms with super interesting people who I'll probably never get to meet, although I'd like to. And I've had an idea for the winter months. Some of you are stuck in the house, like to see me walking with Lado. I'm thinking about doing some longer vlogs, maybe taking him in the car to nice places. You know, lakes, dams, maybe do 40-minute vlog, walk and talk with Stephen in the winter in beautiful spots. Maybe post them Sunday morning so it's there, you know, if people need a break from life or whatever, they can go and see a bit of scenery, listen to my monotone voice, and see Stephen enjoying himself. I did promise my first book I would start reading that again. I'm thinking about doing that. Somewhere peaceful, in the country, set the phone up, you know, 20 minutes at a time maybe, have a little read. Apparently some of you go to sleep with my voice. I don't know if that's a good thing. Anyway, parting shot. Stephen, as always, we are back. I have got people to interview. The channel's going nowhere, guys. Thanks for coming. Hey up, lad. Winter walks, me and thee. I'll see thee.